clean up before she comes back. I'm not. I will. I learned my lesson. She's like, quit leaving this place a mess. So the next one that I really love, these are the new Wild Flowers. There is a whole set of Wild Flowers, and I can take all of them out. There's maybe 7 flowers in there. All, yeah, they're really, really cool and really detailed. Our project from CHA, this is what we did. We created kind of a mixed media silhouette with that, just using those. They're amazing when you see them. When you cut these guys out, these are incredibly, incredibly detailed. So keep in mind, that's gonna happen. It's okay, relax, you'll be all right. One of the things that I suggest though when you're cutting those is try not to go straight in, okay? A lot of times when you go straight in with dies through the roller, think of it as like curling a piece of ribbon. It tends to do that. If you angle your die slightly, it helps distribute the amount of pressure and it doesn't curl it as bad. Okay, it's just something to consider. So I'm not sure how she used this because we prepped that entire class and did not curl a single die. So maybe it was just moved in straight. Well, maybe it just went in straight. I mean, it's still gonna cut, but you know, a lot of people will freak out because their die kind of goes in that little, you know, banana curve. What's great about this particular die is we really push the boundaries of what these thin dies are capable of doing. I know I have my die pick. Because when I first designed this, I knew what I wanted. I wanted it to look like dried flowers. I wanted that little pressed flower look. And the specs of these thin dies require a much larger gap in between the blades. So they said, you know, we have to change this. And I said, if you have to change it, then forget it. Let's just do something else because it won't look like a flower, it'll look like a tree. And they went back and said, well, we'll try it just to see if it cuts. And that's the amount of detail you get. In that little tiny gap, that's amazing to be able to cut side to side those linear lines and really create that kind of dried floral, pressed floral look that you can use. So it's beautiful. And all of them you can see with all of the petals, everything that's in there, just amazing detail in this. So probably one of my most used thinlits so far. I just use it again and again. Use it to even create a great negative. You can use it as a stencil, create this, put pattern paper underneath it, do all sorts of things. So it's cool, it's really good. And now if you're using thin dies ever and you want to keep that paper in its matrix, it's always good to put a piece of wax paper between the die and what you're cutting, or you can use a piece of tissue wrap, and that will keep the paper in its structure. So for example, in the class project, we wanted to sand the edge of that paper. So by doing a layer of wax paper in between, when we run it through, my cut piece remains intact in my base, allowing me to sand it and then pop it out. Because you can't sand it right now. And you could try, but unless you're gonna do an emery board or something, you know, you're not gonna get out the sandpaper, and go for it. All right, so.
Be sure to like our video and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Scrap Time Videos, to be the first to see the latest videos from CHA 2016.